Welcome back to Breaking the Mold. We are still here with Tiffany Mink, and she's going to keep talking about her experiences in the music industry today. So Tiffany, after you graduated from college, which was?
December 08, so
Okay.
just a year ago, really.
All right, so then what happened after you got out of college?
I got really lucky. A lot of things kind of fell into place for me, and things were put in front of me, which I totally got lucky. And I graduated in December. The apartment I was supposed to live in fell through, so I ended up having to go back home to live because I couldn't afford an apartment anywhere else at the time because I was in college. And literally in February, Warped Tour had posted, I was following the Warped Tour Twitter account, which at the time was Warped09, and I'd seen that they had posted they needed a new pit reporter. And I was like, oh, what's this? And I clicked, and it was a link to their website, and they said they needed a new pit reporter for 2009. They said, you know, you would be on the road with them, you would be covering everything that was happening every single day. And the only thing you need to do was make a 60-second video and send in your resume, some photography examples, and a short essay. And they were only accepting the first 250 applicants. I think they hit their limit in the first like 48 hours or something. It was only like a day and a half, 2.5 days. It was somewhere in between there. They hit it really, really fast and they got cut off. And they called me 2 weeks after that, and they were like, oh, do you want to come work for Warped? And I was like, yes, I do. So it was a really intense waiting period because I wanted it so bad. I almost didn't even apply, actually, because I could not imagine applying for a job that I wanted so much and then not getting it. And then following everything with Warped Tour and seeing someone else do what I knew I wanted to do, I was really hesitant on even applying, which now I'm glad I did.
Well, obviously, yeah. I think it worked out okay for you. So now, what exactly were your duties on Warped Tour? What were your jobs?
As the pit reporter, I took the job to a new level because before there were some photographs from sets and everything during the day, and then blog entries. It was supposed to be for every day, but it would be kind of chopped up. Some days may get skipped. You know, it would be one, maybe 2 or 3 posts a week, so it'd be a couple days into one longer post. And I knew I really wanted to do videos because people love watching videos. No one has time to sit there and read a whole entry. And then you can look at pictures, but there's pictures everywhere. So I knew videos, something I really, really wanted to do. And I stepped it up and did a video for every single day on tour. I shot between 2 and 4 bands every single day on tour. And then I wrote the normal like blog entry. And everything that I wrote and that I shot, I had to edit myself and then post up that night or early the next morning. So it was literally a nonstop thing of getting information out and however I could, which also included running the Twitter while I was out there. I would do contests and everything from the Warped Twitter account, and then running the Facebook and the MySpace too. So I literally did like 9 different jobs while I was out there in that hectic environment.
So for doing all those jobs and multitasking, what has that really taught you? Not just, I mean, in the music industry, but also as a business person and from a personal aspect.
Time is kind of everything. You have to be timely. It's not even just a news and journalism thing. It's just we live in a society where communication is so fast and people want information like that anymore. And if you can't do that, then people aren't going to be happy, and then they're going to turn to something or somewhere else to get all that information. So just from any sort of business aspect, it's a really buckles down to how you communicate with not just your audience, but in this case our audience were our fans, but any consumers, any sort of investor relations that you have, you need to stay in constant communication with them and give them the information that they want.
Is there any like point in your mind that stands out, any sort of special event that like, wow, this like really like worked out, like I'm glad like did it this way and it really benefited me?
I think the videos, I took a lot away from doing the videos because it gave me the opportunity to work with a lot of different people. I would try to do 3 sort of segments in all the videos. So I would be, oh, I need to talk to Under Oath. I'm not talked to Under Oath yet. Or I need to highlight this nonprofit because they're doing a really great thing. And I got to bounce around with that, and it was giving them face time. It wasn't just me talking about them. I could turn the camera on them, and then they can say what they wanted to say about whatever they were doing. So giving them the opportunity to speak and not having it all from my point of view, but actually, giving them the opportunity to deliver the message they wanted to was pretty cool.
So then who were some of your favorite people to work with? Maybe it was a manager or a band, or even somebody that works as an employee for Warped Tour.
Bethany handles all of our press at Warped Tour. She's kind of the coordinator for all that. She's absolutely fabulous. She's so good at her job, and it's such a stressful thing because you will have, like, the day that All Time Low joined, they were booked from 2 o'clock until 8 o'clock with interviews, and she has to coordinate all of that, and she does an amazing job. And she was really good if I needed to speak to a band about something. She was really good about setting time, where we could get away from all the regular press and we can do our own thing. And then everyone on the Vans team out there, they worked super, super hard, and they just took care of me, really. They just became brothers and uncles out on the road and really watched out for me.
All right, and then final question before we go to break. What is, like, are there any fan moments that come to mind, like that gratification where, wow, I made that kid's day or something like that?
I met so many people out there because people started following my Twitter account because people were like, oh, this is the pit reporter. She's, running all this. So then people got interested in what I had to say personally and not just speaking from, like, the voice of Warped Tour. And I had all these great kids that would come up to me and, like, oh my God, like, I can't believe that you're covering our date, like Boise. They're like, no one's ever written anything about Boise. And I know those kids are super, super grateful. And I would have people that would want to take pictures with me, and they would, like, I'm still wearing all of my bracelets that tied on. Kids would bring me bracelets and everything, which was cool. It was totally not what I was expecting when I was out there, but the fact that I could actually connect on a personal level was really, really cool. It was something that, regular pit reporters, in the past, they hadn't had that opportunity to relate on such a personal level. And that I could do that was something pretty cool.
All right, that sounds awesome. Well, Tiffany, thank you once again for being here. Stay tuned. There's 2 more parts with Tiffany Mink here on Breaking the Mold.